The Midnight Smoke, the Christmas that never ended. On the snowy night of December 24th, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia, the Sodder family was living the American dream. George Sodder, an Italian immigrant who ran a successful trucking business, and his wife Jenny were settling in with 9 of their 10 children. The air was filled with the scent of pine and the excitement of Christmas morning. But by dawn, 5 of those children would vanish into a mystery that remains the coldest case in American history. The prelude to terror. The night began with a series of unsettling events. At 1 a.m., the telephone shrieked. Jenny answered to find a woman's voice she didn't recognize, asking for a name Jenny didn't know. In the background, Jenny could hear the clinking of glasses and a strange, hysterical laughter. She hung up, chalking it up to a holiday prank. As she walked through the house, she noticed the downstairs lights were still on and the front door was unlocked. Unusual, as the older boys usually handled the lockup. She corrected it and went back to bed. Suddenly, a heavy thud echoed from the roof, followed by a rolling sound. Then, silence. The inferno and the impossible obstacles. At 1:30 a.m., Jenny woke again, but this time to the acrid smell of smoke. George's office was engulfed in flames. Panic erupted. George, Jenny, and 4 children escaped, but 5 children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were trapped in the upstairs bedrooms. George raced outside to save them, but he was met with a series of accidents that felt like a calculated death trap. 1. The missing ladder. George went to the spot where his tall ladder always leaned against the house. It was gone. It was later found hidden in a ditch 75 feet away. 2. The dead engines. He ran to his 2 coal trucks, intending to drive them against the house to climb the cabs. Both trucks, which had been in perfect working order, refused to start. 3. The severed lines. When a neighbor tried to call the fire department, the phone lines were dead. They had been cleanly snipped, not burned. The chilling discovery. In just 45 minutes, the house collapsed into a pit of glowing embers. When the ash was sifted, the horror truly began. There were no remains, no bones, no teeth, no charred fragments of skulls. A fire marshal claimed the heat cremated them, but experts later argued that a 45-minute house fire is nowhere near hot enough to vaporize human bone. Furthermore, a witness claimed she saw the 5 missing children peering out of a passing car while the house was still burning. The ghosts of Louis Sodder. The Sodders never believed their children died. They believed the children were kidnapped, perhaps by the Sicilian mafia, whom George had offended with his anti-Mussolini rants. In 1967, Jenny received a photo of a young man who looked exactly like a grown-up Louis. On the back, a cryptic message. Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie. Ill boys. A90132. George and Jenny died without ever knowing the truth, leaving behind a billboard on Route 19 that stood for 37 years, a haunting reminder of the 5 faces that disappeared into the midnight smoke.